All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a major call to action from one of India's most important Muslim organizations. We're talking about a huge legal and democratic fight over thousands of religious properties and a new law that, they say, puts their entire existence at risk. So, first things first, let's get on the same page. What is a Waqf property? Well, think of it as a piece of property. It could be anything, a mosque, a school, a cemetery, that's been permanently donated for religious or charitable use under Islamic law. It's basically held in trust for the community, forever.
And that brings us to the big question, right? These endowments have been around for centuries. So what's changed? Why has their status and the community's right to manage them suddenly been thrown into chaos?
Well, the flashpoint for all of this is a new piece of legislation called the Waqf Amendment Act of 2025. And, almost the second it was announced, it was hit with some really significant and organized opposition. Leading the charge against this is a really key group, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, or AIMPLB for short. And they have not minced words. They've straight up called the amendment discriminatory and a violation of the Indian Constitution.
So what's their beef with it, exactly? Let's break down the specific arguments the board is making and get into why they see this law as such a profound threat.
Their opposition really stands on four main pillars. It starts at the very top with the Constitution, arguing it violates fundamental rights to equality and religious freedom. Then it gets more specific. They say the law directly attacks the legal power of the Waqf boards, that it's discriminatory because it singles out their community's endowments, and that the ultimate goal here is just total government control over these properties.
But it's not just about these big-picture principles. The AIMPLB has pointed to four very specific, very practical changes in the law's text that have them seriously alarmed. These are the changes they believe will cause immediate problems on the ground.
And here they are. First, getting rid of the Waqf by user status. Now, this was a rule that protected properties that have been used for religious purposes for ages, even if the paperwork wasn't perfect. That protection, gone. Then, you've got the inclusion of non-Muslim members on the boards, brand new and sweeping powers for government officials, and finally, the removal of a key protection that shielded these properties from outside claims after a certain amount of time.
So facing what they see as a full-blown crisis, the AIMPLB didn't just protest. They've laid out a really comprehensive two-pronged strategy for the entire community to get behind.
And you can see that dual approach right here. On one side, you have the long game, a sustained legal and democratic battle to get this amendment thrown out completely. But on the other side, there's a much more immediate, urgent, and practical plan of action.
And that immediate action is absolutely crucial. It all revolves around a government portal called UMEED. This is where the AIMPLB is telling the community to focus its energy, like right now.
And the leadership is being incredibly direct about this. I mean, this isn't some vague suggestion. It's a specific, urgent appeal to every single Muslim to get the details of every single Waqf property. We're talking every mosque, school, cemetery, and shrine uploaded onto this portal immediately.
Now, the logic here is really smart. They're fighting the law tooth and nail in the Supreme Court, but they're not just sitting around waiting for a verdict. They're telling the community to use a process within the new law to build a firewall of legal protection. It's like fighting a war on two fronts. You challenge the law's very existence, but you also use its own rules as a shield, just in case. And they've laid out a clear three-step playbook. Step 1, the main mission. Upload the data for every single property. Step 2, build the support system to get it done, setting up help desks everywhere to assist people. And step 3, a massive awareness campaign, getting community leaders like imams to explain to everyone why this digital registration is so incredibly important right now.
So what does this all mean for the future? Well, this call to action isn't happening in a bubble. Let's see how it fits into the much bigger movement that's being organized.
You see, this whole UMEED portal registration is a huge piece of the puzzle, but it's not the only piece. It's a key part of this wider campaign they're calling the Save Waqf, Save Constitution movement. It's happening right alongside ongoing protests, plans for big rallies, and directly lobbying politicians. The digital action and the street action are meant to go hand in hand.
And that's where things stand, leaving us with this one critical question. You have legal challenges piling up, a community springing into action, and this two-front strategy is officially underway. But in a political and legal landscape this complicated, will this combo of resistance and compliance actually be enough to protect the future of these historic and sacred properties? Well, That's something we'll have to wait and see.